Today we look at what VeChain or VET is and how it interacts with VeThor, also known as VTHO. So what is VeChain? Well, like many altcoins, VeChain is a blockchain platform that in this case uses a two-token design. One coin is called VeChain and the other is the energy or gas of the platform, and this is called VeThor or VTHO. Now in a minute I'll get into the relationship between VET and VTHO and which one you should buy. But first let's look at what this blockchain platform actually does. So the purpose of the VeChain platform is to enhance complex supply chain management and product traceability. Because if you send a product from company A to company B, you want to make sure that, for instance, 1. The product has not been altered during transport, and 2. The product is actually an original coming from a legit factory. To ensure this, VeChain uses small chips and RFID tags to monitor and transmit all important product data to a distributed ledger, making any changes to the product visible to everyone in the network. This makes it near impossible to corrupt the data by a single entity, and it establishes a transparent information flow between companies. Some real-world examples of this are implemented by major international corporations, like BMW for instance, who uses VeChain to prevent people from changing the odometer on a car, and this allows you to know the true number of miles that were driven by that car. Another major company using VeChain is Walmart, who uses VeChain to ensure that your food is actually from the place it claims to be, and this type of product verification usage is exactly what PricewaterhouseCoopers is currently offering to its clients. So to govern and use the platform, you need to use VET and VTHO coins. VET is used for storing and transferring monetary value, making it similar to most other cryptocurrencies in the fact that it can go way up in value and it has a limited supply of 86.7 billion coins. In addition to this, holding and staking VET gives users the ability to vote on any changes to the platform. If you want to know more on how to make money staking VET, then check out the How to Stake VeChain video linked up here. Now VTHO on the other hand is the so-called gas or energy of the VeChain platform. You use VTHO coins to pay for transactions and thus the ability to read or write data to the ledger, and the amount depends on the amount of data and the complexity of the application. Both VET and VTHO can be bought on the open market. However, the beauty of the system is that holding VET will generate you VTHO, and the more VET you hold, the more VTHO you generate. Before we continue, please like and subscribe to the channel for more finance and banking information. So this means as more and more people are using the VeChain network, the need for VTHO will go up, and so will the price of VET. However, you should be aware that the price of VTHO is meant to be kept reasonably stable. Remember that holding and staking large amounts of VET gives you voting power, and this allows you to vote on the amount of VTHO generated. Since VTHO is used to pay for all the transactions on the platform, it is in everyone's interest if VTHO remains relatively cheap. You don't want to get a Bitcoin or Ethereum situation where transaction costs keep increasing to ridiculous amounts, making the network unusable in large-scale real-world applications. And this is exactly what the two-token design of VeChain prevents from occurring. So putting all of this together, it's clear that if you want to invest in VeChain and see your investment increase in value considerably, you should buy VET and not VTHO. Because in the short term, VTHO will still increase in value, but eventually it will be slowed down and at some point might be actively devalued, while VET can actually keep increasing in value depending on how much demand there is for the VeChain platform. The current VeChain network uses a consensus model to validate all blockchain transactions, and this model is called Proof of Authority, which is a slight modification to the Proof of Stake model. Now there will only ever be 101 of these authority nodes, also known as Throtheim, so they are the only ones that have actual hardware invested in the platform. Being an authority node gives you tons of benefits, however to become one you must first have at least 25 million VET coins, after which you must be handpicked by the VeChain Foundation to become part of the network. The major benefit of operating the VeChain platform in this way is that you get much higher processing speeds for all the blockchain transactions. The downside, however, is that you create a more centralized authority in assigning users who are allowed to process the transaction. So this sort of goes against the essence, if you will, of cryptocurrencies and causes some division in the world of crypto. Now the VeChain Foundation has acknowledged this flaw and is currently working on a more randomized way of assigning authority nodes. This was the VeChain explanation. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more finance and banking information.